Good morning, Alex and friends. I'm Grace. Today is Thursday, January 2nd, 2025, and you're listening to Alex's News. The weather in Riverside today will reach a pleasant high of 76.9 degrees, with a low of 51.4, making it a beautiful winter day in Southern California. Coming up, we'll examine the investigation into a Tesla Cybertruck explosion at a Trump hotel property and what's causing concern among authorities. We'll also break down how minimum wage increases across 21 states will impact workers' paychecks in 2025. Plus, discover how scientists are using DNA analysis to unravel the secrets of Australia's elusive blind golden mole. All this and more coming up on Alex's News. We begin with breaking news from Las Vegas, where a Tesla Cybertruck explosion outside the Trump International Hotel has left one dead and several injured. Joining us now with the details is our correspondent Ethan Parker. Ethan, what can you tell us about this incident?
According to multiple sources, including BBC News and CNN, the explosion occurred yesterday morning at approximately 8:40 a.m. when the Cybertruck pulled into the hotel's valet area. The blast resulted in the driver's death and left 7 others with minor injuries.
What have investigators uncovered about how this incident unfolded?
The FBI has revealed that the Cybertruck was rented through Turo, a peer-to-peer car-sharing platform in Colorado. ABC News reports that the vehicle arrived in Las Vegas around 7:30 a.m. What's particularly concerning, Grace, is that investigators found the explosion was caused by a deliberate combination of fireworks, gas tanks, and camping fuel, all connected to a sophisticated detonation system.
That's troubling information, Ethan. How are authorities responding to this incident?
FBI Special Agent Jeremy Schwartz has confirmed they're investigating this as a possible terrorist act. According to law enforcement sources, both the FBI and ATF are conducting operations in Colorado Springs. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department has obtained surveillance footage showing the driver circling the hotel before the explosion.
Has Tesla commented on the incident?
Yes, Tesla CEO Elon Musk has been actively cooperating with authorities. As reported by CNN, Musk has confirmed that the explosion was not related to Tesla's technology or battery system. He's assisted investigators by unlocking the truck and sharing video footage from charging stations. He also noted that the Cybertruck's robust design actually helped contain the explosion's impact.
Is there any connection to other recent events?
While this occurred on the same day as a deadly car ramming attack in New Orleans that killed 15 and injured 35, Sheriff Kevin McMahill of the Las Vegas Police Department has stated there's no evidence linking these incidents, despite both vehicles being rented through Turo. The sheriff has also confirmed there's no connection to Islamic State.
Thank you for that comprehensive report, Ethan. We'll be sure to keep our viewers updated as this story develops. And now for our second story of the morning. 21 states are ringing in the new year with minimum wage increases. And here to break down what this means for millions of workers is our economic correspondent, Chloe Martinez. Chloe, these changes are quite significant, aren't they?
That's right, Grace. According to the Economic Policy Institute, these increases will affect approximately 9.2 million workers across the country, resulting in a collective pay increase of $5.7 billion.
Can you break down how these states are implementing these changes?
Of course. As reported by NPR, we're seeing different approaches across states. 14 states are making adjustments based on inflation. 5 states are implementing previously approved legislation, and 2 states, Nebraska and Montana, are making changes based on voter-approved ballot measures.
I understand some states are reaching significant milestones. What are some of the notable changes?
According to WHQR's reporting, several states are hitting the $15 per hour mark. Delaware, Illinois, and Rhode Island are all reaching that threshold. California is actually going even higher, moving from $16 to $16.50 per hour. And in Washington state, we're looking at $16.66 per hour.
Who stands to benefit most from these increases?
The data shows these increases will particularly impact certain demographics. Women make up about 60% of affected workers, while Hispanic workers represent nearly 40%, and Black workers account for over 11% of those receiving raises.
What about the federal minimum wage? Where does that stand?
That's an important point, Grace. The federal minimum wage has remained stagnant at $7.25 for 15 years now. Interestingly, research from Drexel University's Center for Hunger-Free Communities suggests that a true living wage should actually be between $20 to $26 per hour, depending on the state.
And looking ahead, what can we expect?
By January 2027, just 724 days from now, we'll see 19 states plus Washington, D.C., with minimum wages of at least $15 per hour. For now, workers in states adjusting for inflation will see an average annual increase of about $420 for full-time work.
Thank you for that comprehensive breakdown, Chloe. Here are some other headlines. A major environmental crisis is unfolding in Russia's Kerch Strait as oil from damaged tankers continues to wash up on beaches. Officials report over 71,000 tons of contaminated sand and soil have been removed along 35 miles of shoreline. The spill has severely impacted wildlife, with reports of seabirds coated in oil and multiple dolphin deaths. Thousands of volunteers are working on cleanup efforts, despite health risks and inadequate support. In Virginia, FBI agents discovered over 150 homemade bombs during a December search of Brad Spafford's home. Most devices were found in a detached garage, with additional bombs located in a bedroom backpack. Spafford, who faces multiple charges, was reported by an informant concerned about his weapons stockpile and political views. A New Year's shooting outside the Amazura nightclub in Queens, New York, left 10 people injured when 4 men opened fire on a crowd waiting to enter. The victims, 6 women and 4 men, are expected to survive. The suspects fled in a light-colored sedan with out-of-state plates. In Montenegro, a tragic shooting rampage left 10 people dead, including 2 children, and 4 others wounded. The suspect, 45-year-old ACO Martinovic, began his attack following a bar brawl in Cetinje, continuing across 3 other locations. The country has declared 3 days of mourning. In South Korea, impeached President Yoon Suk Yeol faces possible detention while defiantly promising to fight to the end against what he calls anti-state forces. Yeokyeon was impeached following a brief declaration of martial law in December, with thousands of supporters rallying outside his residence as the Constitutional Court deliberates his fate. And now for our third and final story this morning, fascinating developments in Australian wildlife research. Joining us now is our science correspondent Ethan Parker, with details about a breakthrough regarding one of Australia's most mysterious creatures. Ethan, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Grace. Scientists have made a remarkable discovery about Australia's elusive marsupial mole, finally solving a long-standing mystery about this unique creature's family tree. According to recent genetic research, DNA analysis of over 1,500 genes has revealed that these golden-furred, blind creatures are most closely related to bandicoots and bilbies, not to carnivorous marsupials as previously believed.
That's fascinating, Ethan. Can you tell us more about these unusual animals and why this discovery is significant?
Well, Grace, these are truly remarkable creatures. They're completely blind, covered in beautiful golden fur, and spend their lives underground. What makes this research particularly significant is that it's part of the broader Oz Mammals Genomics Project, which has confirmed that the marsupial mole, or Notoriclites, is indeed a true marsupial. They've evolved some incredible adaptations for living underground, including the ability to survive in low-oxygen environments.
I understand there are some concerns about their conservation status. What's being done to protect these animals?
That's right, Grace. Both species of marsupial mole are currently listed as endangered under Australia's Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act. While recent sightings in Western Australia's Great Sandy Desert have been encouraging, particularly those reported by Aboriginal rangers like the Nyangoomarta Rangers, these animals face numerous threats. These include predation from introduced species like cats and foxes, changes in fire patterns, and habitat disruption.
How are researchers tracking these creatures if they spend most of their time underground?
That's where Aboriginal ranger programs have become absolutely crucial. These rangers are conducting regular survey work and contributing to a national database. Their traditional tracking knowledge, combined with modern scientific methods, has provided invaluable insights into these animals' distribution and behavior patterns, particularly in the Great Sandy Desert region.
Thank you for bringing us this fascinating story, Ethan. It's wonderful to see traditional knowledge and modern science working together to protect these unique creatures.
Indeed it is, Grace. Back to you.
Thanks, Ethan. This report was compiled from multiple scientific sources and research papers through the Perplexity API as of January 2, 2025. That's all we have for now. Today's episode was made by Alexander King, with Claude Sonnet 3.5, the Perplexity API, and the Google Cloud Text-to-Speech API. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, Alex.